So we have a lot more new looks. So I'm excited to see how players and fans react to all of the ones that we've done so far.
Maybe we'll share some of those new looks today.
Sí,
Cool.
sí, quiero.
We're going to reveal McCree's new look for Overwatch 2 as well as PHARAH. And we're really excited to show off some of our first villains with Reaper and Widowmaker. But first I wanted to talk a little bit about technical wear, kind of like technical clothing. What that really is using very techie fabrics, as well as having very intricate but functional straps designed in a way that it's very aesthetic.
Por favor, que sea más guapo que ahora.
With McCree, we took a couple of different approaches. He's got this classic cowboy look that it's really hard to mess with, because if you try to make him too sophisticated or too techy, it might not feel right for the character. But as a concept artist, you always want to change things around and try different shapes and silhouettes. So we did identify as red serape as the main thing for McCree. We also tried a couple different things with McCree's cowboy hat. We didn't really want to mess with that too much, because that's a very iconic part of him. So that's another piece that we kept.
Es precioso.
We tried some retro cowboy looks that mixed in some tech here and there. Some that were a little bit more
flipa la barba. Me flipa la barba.
Classic cowboy. We gave him a little bit of a longer beard, and it really gives him a nice,
Me encanta, tío.
a more aged look. What's different about PHARAH than some of our other
heroes PHARAH.
is PHARAH's completely covered in armor. We didn't want to change her silhouette too much. It was more about experimenting on different colors. So it felt really appropriate for her to be the one to harken back.
O sea, ahora va a estar más cubierta de armadura que antes. Creo que ha dicho.
One of the things that we wanted to update on PHARAH was her visor.
El visor.
Instead of being completely opaque and reflective, we tried a little bit more of a transparent approach, and being able to see through it a little bit now allows us to see some of her.
La de PHARAH es bastante parecida a la actual.
Reaper was actually the ones I was very excited to work on, because I could see a lot of potential in how we can
guapo, bastante guapo el Reaper. Loco. Bastante chulo el Reaper, gente. Reaper es una pasada, con la capuchita así, con la capuchita así como levantada. Dios. Increíble, tío, está guapísimo. Qué guapo, tío. Me flipa, me flipa. ¿Cómo? A ver.
One of them made her feel like a classic Bond villain, so we kind of steered it back towards one of the more cyberpunk-looking ones, almost like a futuristic femme fatale.
Se la están sacando con esto que lo flipas, tío. Se la están sacando con esto que lo flipas, tío. Mirad qué trenzas, tío, un montón, es una pasada, es una pasada. Es una pasada el pelo que le han hecho, tío. Qué pasada, loco. Está increíble, está increíble. Vale, ahora han hecho la ropa mejor. Está claro que se nota bastante más currada, la ropa. Qué guapos, gente. Ey, bastante chulo, Bastante chulo. Lo que están haciendo, con los personajes, o sea, me está gustando bastante lo que estoy viendo.
It's been super exciting working on the new looks for Overwatch 2, and it's just been so inspiring to watch the team
Qué
try
guapo,
things that
tío.
we've never tried before.
Qué pasada.
And I just can't wait to show off more in the future.
A ver, esto es PvP, Overwatch 2, Role passives, pasivas de rol. O sea, pasivas basadas en el rol. Todos los tanques tienen knockback reduction. Los DPS tienen más velocidad. Y los supports. Y todos los healers tienen curación propia, como Mercy. Van a cambiar el tank roll entero. Y esto se aplica a todos los tanques. ¿Más brawlers los quieren hacer? Reinhardt. Dos Fire Strikes. La carga se puede cancelar. Y puedes girar. ¡No!
really go after those key targets without feeling like you're going to sacrifice all of your positioning, everything.
Y puedes cancelar el charge, tienes 2 fire strikes.
Be able to unleash his full arsenal more often than kind of just being the guy with a shield.
The changes to Reinhardt that we're trying, and they might not shift, that's just the reality, but the changes that we're trying right now are to try to embrace more of that instinct that players have when they want to play it.
Quieren como agrandar el instinto que la gente tiene cuando juegas un tanque grande con martillo, ¿sabes? Que tiene que ser agresivo. Y quieren como enfatizar en la agresividad de Reinhardt y no que sea tan defensivo, ¿sabéis?
Shortly after BlizzCon, we
Combat
spun up
upgrades.
this group, our combat field group, to really just work on what happens when a player holds the trigger.
A ver, ¿esto qué significa? ¿Qué pasa cuando un jugador pulsa el gatillo? Un sentimiento del arma más visceral. Desde el sonido a la animación están rediseñando. O sea que el... ¡Sojourn!
When we first started working on Overwatch,
Era gameplay de Sojourn.
time working on gunfire sounds and just general combat feel to make it feel really awesome. We're revisiting pretty much everything. Nothing's off the table, so we're looking at even kind of small things such as quick
Me está volando la puta cabeza.
So they have kind of new audio pass and a
Nuevo audio.
feel and visual effect when you hit things.
One of the bigger efforts we're undertaking for Overwatch 2 is what we're calling our Weapon 2.0 Sound Pass. What this is a big overhaul to the weapon system.
Básicamente están rediseñando el sonido de las
That means
armas.
the way the gun feels in your hands. You could feel the ammo running out as you're getting lower on the clip. We've really tried to amplify those sounds to better encapsulate the gameplay and the gunplay that comes with Overwatch 2. Another key for the weapons was
¿Habéis visto cómo ha sonado McCree? What the
This meant working
fuck?
with convolution reverb. It's a new system that we've implemented.
Un nuevo sistema que implementan a Overwatch.
It's a way that we can capture the acoustics of an environment
Forma que
and
pueden
transport
capturar
it
la acústica
onto the sounds
del
that we
ambiente.
So we went and captured tales of guns in different environments.
Vale, básicamente que las armas suenen diferentes depende de donde estés. La leche, ¿han ido a disparar armas de verdad? Holy shit.
And
Le
then
subo.
we've cut them and applied it so that we can support a lot more environments. Now we're supporting outdoor, urban outdoor, warehouse tales.
¿Qué cojones, tío? Que estoy en Battlefield y no en Overwatch. ¿Qué es esto?
More presence to the weapons and the way that they react in the world.
The shooter genre has evolved a lot since Overwatch 1 came out. On top of that, I think we really want to push the visceral nature of how we do combat. So we focused a lot, not just on the wonderful sound effects, but also
Porque este hombre se parece a
how
Soldado
the gun
76
moves
y
as
porque
you
está hablando de
shoot.
armas.
So you can really feel every single shot leaving the chamber. And there's a lot of subtle little tweaks we have to do.
¡Qué
on
raro
the gameplay
suena! ¡Qué raro
engineering side to
suena!
make that feel really
What the
visceral.
fuck?
Everything from making sure that
Sojourn.
the camera shakes are crisp, making sure that if you get shot, you know exactly these tight indicators show up on the outside of your reticle. All these things play into making the game feel not just tight and responsive, but also modern and up to date. Take 76, for example. What we wanted to do in Overwatch 2 with his weapon was make it really feel incredibly powerful, and that happens with a bunch of different elements that mix together. But it really feels like the gun is almost just outside of your control. A lot of that comes down to this camera shake technology, where every time you fire the weapon, you want to feel like it's running through your entire body, and the camera shake gives
O sea,
that
están hablando de los sonidos, ¿vale, gente?
shot out of the chamber. It makes him feel really great.
Están hablando sobre todo de los
A
sonidos.
sneak peek of Sojourn from last BlizzCon. She's been under development for quite a while, and she's actually quickly at this point
Sojourn.
become a lot of people's favorites in-house. When we look back at Overwatch when it was originally created, there was a lot of heroes that were made from a gameplay standpoint kind of surrounding a weapon type. For example, PHARAH was based on a rocket launcher.
¿Dorado de día?
Widowmaker is clearly like kind of the sniper. We thought there was a weapon that was kind of missing that would be a lot of fun to play
Dice que hay
with,
un arma
and
que
that's
no
the
se ve
railgun.
mucho, que es
It's
la
so much fun
railgun.
in playtest to have this really powerful shot that can, rip through enemies if you really are accurate with it. And she's all about that aim skill. So if you got that aim skill, you'll love her.
Un héroe de aim, o sea, un
We're
DPS
still
de aim
exploring
skill.
new